Hey everyone, how's it going? So this is my trailer breakdown for episode 15 of The Walking Dead. Now, I want to say just like right off the bat or whatever, I think a lot of the moments that I was expecting to happen in the finale, I actually think are happening in 15 because this trailer gives away a lot. A certain moment that I was expecting to be the big actual moment of the season has just been basically given away. Like it happens pretty early on, and yeah, we're already at that point now. So a lot more is going to be happening, which means that in the finale, I don't really know what to expect. So I want to talk about all of that in this video because we're in a really weird place right now. So of course, before we jump in any further, I do have to warn you obviously for spoilers for episode 14. And that is basically it. If you haven't checked out my review, I'll leave a link to that at the end of this video. Now, the big moment that I was waiting for was Beta's arrival to Alexandria. This episode is titled The Tower. And so I kept thinking, well, I'm sure Gabriel is going to notice them on this lookout tower and notice the horde coming. And then, I figured episode 15 would really focus on all of our characters, I guess, just reacting to Alpha's death and like what do they do next, right? Because we haven't seen Gabriel in a while or Rosita really in a while and like really caught up with them. So imagine we actually get them all in Alexandria planning on what to do next. Like Alpha's gone, but Beta's still out there. They still have that horde. Like what do we do next sort of thing? Well, based off of this trailer, we have Beta in Alexandria already. Like we see him here. He is in Alexandria and no one's to be seen. So they're changing a little bit here from the comic because what happens in the comic is our characters, they notice that they're coming and they all just stay within Alexandria. We actually have this pretty iconic shot here of Rick and Negan fighting back against the Whisperers, which would have been really cool to see happen on the actual show, like if Rick stayed or Andrew Lincoln would have stayed on the show, but that is basically what happens. But if you look at the trailer, one of the Whisperers says to Beta, they're nowhere to be seen, and then Beta and them basically just leave. And based off of the rest of the trailer, it doesn't seem like this horde is going to be really going through Alexandria like I was thinking. They're changing this from the comic. What's going to happen here is it seems like they're all going to go through Alexandria. I'm sure some of the gates are going to be, taken down, but relatively, I think this community will be safe and maybe you'll have some walkers roaming around, but they'll just leave. And I do think all the battling, all the horde stuff, they'll be dealing with outside of Alexandria, which is, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the reveal of this like this in the trailer. I thought this would happen at the end of 15 and we'd get the horde going through Alexandria in the finale, but we're getting this pretty early on in 15, which makes me question what is happening for the rest of the season. I imagine there's going to be a mix of things. I think they probably will be trapped in a building of sorts, most likely in the finale where they're forced to go through the horde, and you know what I mean? I do think Negan versus Beta, that is likely going to happen. I think there's going to be moments like that, but it's really, they're going into original material with this, which I am really excited for because I love when they do that. I love the fact that when I'm predicting things based off the comic, it's always different. They change it and it just keeps the show really fresh and exciting, I think. The only thing I'm really concerned about, and it's not going to be like a big issue, but it is kind of, for me personally, was I wanted to see the horde attack Alexandria and everyone panic and like run away. And I hope the episode doesn't start off with Beta and them already there. Like there's just like this time jump sort of thing and everyone's out in the woods already. Because that would just be like, wow, we didn't get to see any of that. And, maybe that's a budget issue. I have no idea. I don't know why they chose that. Obviously, by the finale, we'll know why they went in that direction, but that's kind of my only concern about it. Still, obviously, seeing all of these walkers here, it's just going to be insane. Like all of those walkers in Alexandria, that's just, that's nuts. How are they going to deal with that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what they're going to do. They have to keep running. They're going to be hiding out in like a cabin and like just places all around, I'm sure, the area. Somehow they're going to have to deal with this horde. And I do wonder if they're going to borrow a few things from the comic where they lead the horde to Oceanside. We'll have to wait and see, obviously, but yeah, I'm kind of wondering about all that. Now, we do have some shots of the princess, and I mean, it's basically going down exactly how it did in the comic. They're all a little worried about her, but she just basically says, like, if I wanted to shoot you, I would have held my gun like this. And, so she's friendly. I think they'll trust her. And obviously we see they do travel with her and she is up to some crazy things. And I think this is going to be the episode where we really get to know the princess really well. I will say this shot right here of Princess, Eugene, and Yumiko, I'm not sure where Ezekiel is. He's probably back there somewhere. I just can't see him. But I really like this shot because the princess, yeah, her pink jacket is like really out there, but it blends in really well. And it reminds me of the comic. And we'll see how well the princess is done. Again, I did kind of voice a little bit of my concerns in my review. But, you know, after rewatching some of these scenes here, I don't think she's going to be so out there all the time. I do think she might actually be pretty hilarious. And I'm really willing to give her a chance. I really am, just because I don't want to be annoyed with a character on the show, but she doesn't really seem like she would be that annoying. Like, we'll have to wait and see, but I think she could be actually fine. Like, I think there's a way where Angela Kang can actually do this character right, based off of what I've watched in this trailer anyways. I mean, she was a lot to take in at first, but now that I've kind of settled down with it a bit, I think she could work. Now, where is this all going? Well, I actually think the Commonwealth are going to appear at the end. That's actually my prediction for episode 15. I think the episode is going to end with the Commonwealth appearing at the rail yard and they're all shocked. And the reason why I think that is because at the end here, when you see AMC's logo for, you know, the trailer, if you actually zoom in, you can see the princess, Ezekiel, Yumiko, and Eugene. They're all standing in a line here, and they look to be in a different environment. I think they actually went to the rail yard where they were supposed to meet Stephanie. And I think right here, they're all looking at the Commonwealth. I think this might be one of the final shots of the episode. This happens in the comic. All of our characters are lined up exactly like this. They're going to meet Stephanie. They're expecting one person. And then all of a sudden, all these troops come out of this cart or whatever, this train cart, and they're just shocked. I think this is actually the same scene. I think this is, I don't know. I do think we're going to meet the Commonwealth at the end of 15. I think that's going to be the cliffhanger for that, which is going to suck because this is the last episode until who knows how long, right? Maggie could be here with the Commonwealth. That could be the way they end 15, right? Like they're all traveling here and then they run into Maggie here with the Commonwealth. Who knows? We could actually meet a character from season 11. I can't remember what his name was, but it was like, I don't think it was Lance, but it was something like that. I'll have to do my research and reread those issues there, but we could meet a pretty important character from the Commonwealth, which would be a little interesting to meet him this early, but we're lined up right now, right, for that moment to happen. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I think this is what is happening here. I think the Commonwealth for sure are going to be appearing at the end of 15, and I mean, it's going to be pretty wild to actually see their armor. And I do wonder how they're going to do it, because I've always wondered how it would look in real life. And I keep imagining it would basically look like the CRM outfit. If you remember on Fear the Walking Dead, they had that black outfit. I think it would look like that, but it's going to be white sort of thing, which is also going to be really nuts because in season 11, we're going to get Mercer, who wears an outfit like that, but it's orange. Like that is going to pop out. We're going to have a character like that wears orange, an orange suit like that is really going to pop out. And he ends up being with the princess who has this pink feathery jacket that really pops out as well. Some weird shit's happening soon, but it's exciting. Now, another big moment that is going to happen in this episode is going to be Daryl finding out that Rick is alive. And I do think it's going to happen just because there's no way that Daryl can be here with Judith and Judith just doesn't mention anything to Daryl. Like, Daryl's going to be wondering what happened to your mom sort of thing. And I mean, I feel like if you're a writer or just whatever with this show, you know, I think you would want it where Judith told Daryl in that moment, and then we get to see Daryl's reaction, right? Because all of us, we want to see that reaction really, really bad. We want to see Daryl react to finding out that Rick is alive. We want to see exactly how all that's going to go down, how he's going to respond to that. It's just moments like that that make us feel closer with these characters. And I mean, because we know our reaction to finding out that Rick actually survived the bridge explosion and how sad it was that they all believed that he was gone. And then they went 6 years in the future and they all still think he was gone, right? I'm happy Michonne found out, you know, that was a really awesome scene. And then Judith kind of knows, but I want Daryl to know now. And also all the other characters. We have a scene here where Judith is with Daryl and Judith is saying like she wants to be more like him, I guess. Like she wants to be able to fight and protect people and all of that, which I think is hinting to that conversation, which is my mom is gone now. I have to learn how to protect people. And I think it's going to happen in 15. We'll talk about this more in depth this week, I think, because I want to talk about how it can happen, what it means for Daryl's storyline going forward, because I think he's really, really going to have to watch over Judith now. Like, he's gonna have to treat RJ and Judith as one of his own, because Michonne and Rick, they might not ever come back to him, right? Like, he might be happy that, oh, Rick's alive, holy shit, you know, but he still has to be here for them. He still has to watch over them. He can't just leave and go to the hilltop and let them be alone here in Alexandria, sort of thing, right? Like, he's gonna really have to watch over them. I can't wait to see how that's gonna go. How is that gonna work with Negan? Because Judith and Negan are really close. Is Daryl going to have an issue with that? Is Daryl going to be really protective over them, or is he just going to kind of be around? You know, I want to see what happens with Daryl, because it would be really nice if going forward, especially for season 11, if he stayed in Alexandria for the most part and was like the prominent leader of that community. As for what is his reaction going to be, I mean, I really can't wait to see. I honestly, I hope we get that. I hope it's not an off-screen reaction. I would just be so annoyed with that. I want to see Daryl's reaction to finding out that Rick's alive. I mean, yeah, like, we all want to see that, obviously, right? We don't want that happening off screen. So I'm praying it does, or doesn't, sorry. I'm praying it doesn't happen off screen. I hope we get to see it in episode 15. And as of now, just based off of this trailer, I think it's going to happen. Overall, in terms of predictions, I think what's going to happen is, like, I don't know what's going to happen early on in the episode, and we'll find out with the opening minutes. I hope Beta isn't just in Alexandria immediately. But if he is, whatever. Like, I'm willing to, you know, obviously accept that, see what they do with the episode. Because there's a lot of big moments happening. Is Gabriel going to die from Beta now? You know, because like that was a moment I thought was going to happen. I thought when they attacked Alexandria, we were going to get a big moment like that, but that might not happen now. I don't know. I think they're all going to be in the woods, and I think around this point here, he'll find out that Rick's alive. Eugene and them will be traveling with the princess. We'll see all of that, and then towards the end, something's going to happen where they actually encounter Beta. I'm sure they'll fight with him, and certain cool things will happen like that. And then our characters are going to run into the Commonwealth, which I think is how the episode's going to end. It's going to be a really crazy cliffhanger. And then we get to the finale, which is, I mean, Maggie could have been introduced in 15, but I have a feeling the finale, somehow the Commonwealth might actually be involved in defeating the Whisperers. It's possible that Eugene returns with them and actually saves Daryl, Negan, Judith, Carol, Lydia. I mean, I don't know. There's so many people over there, like saving all of them from a certain situation. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I guess in a week from now, when I do my trailer breakdown for the finale, then we'll be talking about, is Beta gonna die in the finale? Because I think that you can definitely save Beta for season 11 and kind of do a version of his death then, or you could just end him now. But I'm a little interested in seeing what happens. Who knows? Maybe he actually dies in 15. Maybe Daryl and Negan kill him in next week's episode. That'd be pretty nuts. We got a pretty big moment with him tonight, right? So it is definitely very possible. But as of now, that's basically what I think is happening. We're going into some crazy new territory. Some weird things are going to happen. The show's going to be changing a little bit here because the Whisperer arc is basically done. And now we're moving on to the Commonwealth arc. And there's going to be some things mixed in with, obviously, the Rick Grimes movies. Some things are changing. And overall, I'm just really hyped for it all. So post all your thoughts down below. Let me know all your predictions for episode 15. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.